Welcome to the Tuesday Health Series on Food Talk with Chilli. So continuing with our keto recipes, today let's make a stew. So this happens to be my first mutton-based recipe too on the channel. Today we are making a mutton stew, the Kerala style. Now, stew in general just means slow cooking of vegetables or meat in a liquid in a closed dish. We are using a pressure cooker so that it cooks faster, and then we'll be finishing it off in a pan. Let's quickly check out the recipe. But before we do that, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and do click the bell icon too and turn on all notifications. Let's quickly check out the ingredients. The first step for making mutton stew is to pressure cook the mutton. Let's add the cleaned and cut mutton pieces into the pressure pan, and into this goes some crushed garlic, crushed ginger, some green chilies. I've just split it midways, some salt and some pepper powder. And into this goes in some water. Let this come to a boil, and then we will be pressure cooking it for a single pressure on high flame first. After that, we'll reduce the heat and let it cook for another 4 to 5 pressures. So now that the mutton has pressure cooked, we let it rest till the pressure releases naturally, and during that time, let's prepare the rest of the ingredients for the stew. To cook the mutton stew, I'm using coconut oil. Now that, along with the coconut milk, really makes a difference to the flavors. Once the oil heats up, let's add the whole spices. Cloves, some cinnamon pieces, cardamom, and some whole peppercorn. Into this, let's add the onions. And next goes in some sliced ginger, garlic, green chilies, and of course some curry leaves. You can adjust the quantity of green chilies as per the spice level you prefer. We don't need to cook the onions and the spices till it browns. So as it starts changing color, you can add the cooked mutton into this. So into this, I'm going to add half the quantity of the coconut milk. This is a store-bought Tetra pack of coconut milk that I'm using. So I'm not diluting it or anything. The liquid that we had with the mutton, that along with this half of the coconut milk is enough to simmer it a little for about 5 to 7 minutes first. Since this is a keto recipe, I have not added any vegetables to this. If you're not on a keto diet, please feel free to add vegetables. You can either cook it along with the mutton, or you can pressure cook it separately and add it to the onions once they are sauteed. Now the vegetables that go well are potatoes, carrots, beans, green peas. You can use any of these. I prefer a white stew. That is the reason I've not added any turmeric powder to this. But that's also optional. If you prefer that yellow color to the stew, you can add a tiny pinch of turmeric powder into the onions while sauteing. The stew has been boiling for about 5 to 7 minutes now. Let's now add the remaining coconut milk into this. I'm also adding some freshly crushed pepper. You can add pepper powder as well. And finishing it off with some more curry leaves. You can turn off the heat once it comes to a boil. So the mutton stew is ready. If you're on a keto diet, you can actually have this as a soup, or you can have it with some keto naan or keto bread. Otherwise, this pairs beautifully with some hot appams. Even bread if you don't have the time to make appams. So hope you guys have enjoyed this recipe.